some told someone meant to be together forever. Cause no matter how hard we try, we'll just live inside of a lie. Some days are bad while others are better, but nothing can save us now. The clock's ticking, the time run out. Let go of the questions, hold on to the lessons we'll take away from this. But give me just one last kiss, and let me make one more wish. I wish that I could show you a heart made of love, a heart made of promises. I don't wanna give us up, but I wish that I could show you a way out of the woods. I wish we had the answers, but we did all that we could. Baby, I wish that I could. Baby, I wish that I could. Baby, I wish that I could. Yeah, we did all that we could. I hear you sing a song when you come home. I'm gonna miss the sound of having you around the house. We pack your stuff, label every box while waiting for your father. Then we make a joke about how we're gonna live without each other. Let go of the questions, hold on to the lessons we'll take away from this. But give me just one last kiss, and let me make one more wish. I wish that I could show you a heart made of love, a heart made of promises. I don't wanna give us up, but I wish that I could show you a way out of the woods. I wish we had the...
So it's a week later now, but because we saw Hamilton last week after book shopping, I could only buy as many books that would fit in this little bag, which was not enough to use up all my Indigo gift cards, so we were going back to the bookstore today to get some more books.
But we did all that we could. Baby, I wish that I could. Baby, I wish that I could. Baby, I wish that I could. Yeah, we did all that we could. Baby, I wish that I could. Baby, I wish that I could. Baby, I wish that I could. Yeah, we did all that we could. We need to move on and get over us. Do everything we can to get closure, but it's not like we didn't try hard enough. No, I wish that I could show you a heart made of love, a heart made of promises. I don't wanna give us up, but I wish that I could show you a way out of the woods. I wish we had the answers, but we did all that we could. Baby, I wish that I could. Baby, I wish that I could. Baby, I wish that I could. But we did all that we could. Baby, I wish that I could. Baby, I wish.
We have some books to go through, which I'm going to go through in no particular order, starting with Vow of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I bought this because I have Dance with Thieves, and it's on my TBR for this month. Whether I read it is another story, but I wanted to have the second one ready for when I do read it. It's such a beautiful cover too, and this was one of the books I got before we saw Hamilton, and it didn't fit in my bag, so I was just carrying this around for the rest of the day. That's a very beautiful book to have to carry around. So this is honestly kind of a spoiler if I read the back, so I'm not going to do that. It follows the same characters and universe as Dance of Thieves, which is about an outlaw leader who meets a reformed thief, where a cat and mouse game of false moves ensues, bringing them intimately together in a battle that may cost them their lives and their hearts. So, sounds very dramatic. It's just a duology, so these two books are the whole series. I'm hopefully going to read this soon, before the end of August. Maybe. We'll see. And then next I got This Winter by Alice Oseman, and I also got Nick and Charlie by Alice Oseman, which I have read both of these. I got them from the library last year, and I just wanted to pick them up to add to my little Heartstopper shelf over here. I also really wanted to get Loveless because that is like one of my all-time favorite books, and I don't have it in a physical copy, but Indigo didn't have the one that matched these covers. It had like the illustrated one, which is a very beautiful cover, but now that I have these, I wanted to match the rest of my books so that it'll look really pretty on my little shelf. So I ordered it online, so hopefully that will come soon. I got both these books, which are just novellas following Nick and Charlie. Yeah. And then next I I got The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. I've been wanting to read this for such a long time. I've heard such good things about it, and they released it in paperback recently, so I decided to pick it up. This is about Hannah Brooks, who looks more like a kindergarten teacher than somebody who could kill you with a wine bottle opener, or a ballpoint pen, or a dinner napkin. But the truth is, she's an executive protection agent, aka a bodyguard, and she just got hired to protect superstar actor Jack Stapleton from his middle-aged corgi breeding stalker. Jack Stapleton's a household name. He's captured by paparazzi on beaches that the world... on beaches. I can't read. This sentence doesn't make sense to me. He's captured by paparazzi on beaches the world over and famous for, among other things, rising out of the waves in all manner of clingy board shorts and glistening like a Roman deity. But a few years back, in the wake of a family tragedy, he dropped from the public eye and went off the grid. When Jack's mom gets sick, he goes back home to the family's Texas ranch to help out. Only one catch: he doesn't want the family to know about his stalker, or the bodyguard thing. So Hannah, against her will and her better judgment, finds herself pretending to be Jack's girlfriend as a cover. Hannah hardly believes it herself, but the more time she spends with Jack, the more real it all starts to seem. And there lies the heartbreak, because it's easy for Hannah to protect Jack, but protecting her own heart, that's the hardest thing she's ever done. So it's fake dating. The girl's the bodyguard, which I think is fun, because I feel like in these normally it's the guy is the bodyguard, so I'm very excited to read this. It's such a beautiful cover. That's partially why I wanted to buy it in the physical copy. Yellow's my favorite color, if you couldn't tell. This is high on my list now. And also, Emily Henry said my perfect 10 of a book, and I trust Emily Henry with my life, so I think it's gonna be good. Speaking of Emily Henry, I picked up Book Lovers, which once again, I have read this book, but I am accumulating all of Emily Henry's books in physical copies because I love her, and they're like my favorite romance books. I have all the ones I want now because I don't love People We Meet on Vacation, so I'm just not gonna buy it. So I have this, Beach Read, and Happy Place. And I read this right when it came out in 2022, so it's been over a year and I really want to reread it. And this is like a grumpy romance, which is really fun, and it follows Nora Stevens, who is a cutthroat literary agent, and her beloved sister Libby, who she loves, and that's why she agrees to go to Sunshine Falls, North Carolina for a month in August, where Libby begs for a sister's trip away. Instead of picnics and meadows or run-ins with a handsome country doctor or bulging forums bartenders, Nora keeps bumping into Charlie Lastra, a bookish, brooding editor from back in the city. It would be a meet cute if not for the fact that they've met many times and it's never been cute. If Nora knows she's not an ideal heroine, Charlie knows he's nobody's hero. But as they are thrown together again and again in a series of coincidences no editor worth their salt would allow, what they discover might just unravel the carefully crafted stories they've written about themselves. I loved this book so much. This is like maybe my favorite Emily Henry book, but I don't know. I need to reread it. The banter and the chemistry between these two characters is incredible, and I love it very much. It's definitely a bit more of a lighthearted one compared to some of her other books. And then the last book that I picked up is None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, because it was on sale for $20, so I decided to buy it. I've heard really good things about this. I've actually never read a Lisa Jewell book, but I know people love her thrillers. Oh, Emily Henry also reviewed this one. She said, if you like Verity by Colleen Hoover, I think you'll love this one. Twisty, twisty, twisty. I did like Verity. It's the only Colleen Hoover book I like. This book is about a famous podcaster who interviews strangers promising to divulge the story of a lifetime. Celebrating her 45th birthday at the hot local pub, popular podcaster Alex Summer crosses paths with an unassuming woman called Josie Fair. Josie, it turns out, is also celebrating her 45th birthday. They are in fact birthday twins. A few days later, Alex and Josie bump into each other again, this time outside Alex's children's school. Josie has been listening to her podcast and thinks she might be interested in being a subject for the series. She is, she tells Alex, on the cusp of great changes in her life. Josie's life appears to be strange and complicated, and although Alex finds her unsettling, she can't quite resist the temptation to keep going on the project. Slowly, she starts to realize that Josie is hiding some very dark secrets, and before she knows it, Josie has made her way into Alex's life and into her home. But as quickly as she arrived, Josie Fair disappears. Only then does Alex discover that Josie has left a terrible and terrifying legacy in her wake. And Alex has become the subject of her own true crime podcast, with her life and her family's lives in grave danger. So I'm really excited about this. The concept of it, like surrounding a podcast, is really cool to me. It kind of makes me think of Only Murders in the Building, which I guess is more of a comedy. This sounds like it's gonna be like scary, but it sounds really good, and I'm very excited to read this. A lot of these will definitely be on my September TBR. That is all the books that I picked up. I need to stop buying books because I literally don't have room. I don't have room, and I don't know where I'm gonna put them. Probably gonna have to do another bookshelf organizing video at this point. May have to buy another book cart at this point. We'll see. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've read any of these books, what you think of them down below. Also, it's been a week now, so like my tattoos have started to heal. I don't know if you can see it, but I love the book one so much. It turned out exactly how I wanted it. It's so cute. And now people ask me for book recommendations, which is great. I'm rambling. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I will hopefully see you in the next one. You can subscribe for book videos every single week. Bye!